So, it's now time to exterminate that city. And of course the Scythians are going to go ahead and besiege Isis, but now it's too late, because Sinope is already in my control. And all I have to do is leave a small garrison of troops there, which I will do, and then just march on the Scythians with the remainder of my men.
Destroy them!
And this will pretty much be the end of the Scythians, so I'll see you on the battle map to bring this one to
messy battle indeed.
The barbarians have so many troops that it's kind of hard for me to get a handle on them. And they have a barbarian general's bodyguard that is quite powerful. So I am just I'm having a little bit of success, but also my men are being routed by this gigantic enemy general's bodyguard. And so to have any chance of winning this battle, I'm going to have to get rid of the general's bodyguard that's around here. But as you can see, that general's bodyguard unit just ate alive my entire army, and he took only a few losses. So yeah, that's what happens sometimes when the enemy has a giant general's bodyguard. So even though my troops were easily routing the enemy infantry line, it just so happened that general's bodyguard charged in and starting to rout all my troops even faster. Really don't like the overpowered bodyguard units, but what you gonna do? It isn't the end of the world. Plus I've got plenty more troops back here to do something about it with. It says that I still have a few unrouted troops back here. I can't imagine it's anything significant. I'll just let the barbarians waste their time. Alright. So, there's a ton of these tribal slingers. You saw my cavalry, I was trying to take them. I probably should have just kept my infantry in a little bit thicker line, and then just simply supported with my cavalry. But again, like I said, oh well, it's not going to be that big of a deal. We can still take care of this situation.
Hoplite! Units! Infantry!
Alright, let's get our men in a nice contiguous line here. That's one of the best ways to face the barbarians. And we will get our high pacifists on fire at will. I do have a couple, or this one cavalry unit left where my general was before he died. And so what we're going to do now is get all my units that are in this line, and we're going to march forward. So sometimes just because you suffer a temporary defeat doesn't mean the battle's over. So that general's bodyguard unit, he can live it up if he wants. But this fight is going to go my way. And just because he has a gigantic, overpowered unit of cavalry that just routed a whole bunch of spearmen miraculously, even though they should have been at a major detriment versus spearmen, he'll get what's his. Alright, so I'm going to take my infantry. In fact, I'm going to make two lines here. We'll do this even better. I'll learn from my mistakes here. This will be my hoplite line, and then I'll put a line of high pacifists behind them, with my cavalry behind. And this time, I will use the high pacifists to fend off that enemy general unit, as that I know he will be back at his same tricks. Alright, so as we've seen so many times before, the computer's really not that good at fighting. They just have those little cheap units like they do, and that's how they get away with what they get away with. We go ahead and run my infantry forward and try and catch the barbarians out of formation here. I don't want the enemy slingers to be able to do too much damage. And in typical AI fashion, the computer's going to spend a lot of time reforming and running away. And I'm just going to spread out my my infantry line so that I can encompass the entire barbarian line. And and it looks like they're trying to match my movements or something. So I'm just going to go ahead and run forward and drop the spears. And I'm going to catch pretty much all of the barbarian infantry at that point. And this time there won't be any enemy general to save them, because they will all be routed before he can take any action. There we go. So that's how the barbarian cookie crumbles. Now I'm just going to go ahead and march forward on into the enemy general. And I'm going to take my cavalry and run down these slingers out here, because they're going to be getting a whole bunch of free kills on me. Well, my horses just ran right through my own spears, so I'm glad I didn't accidentally kill my own horses.
This will surely make his followers waver.
Alright, so no matter how overpowered you are, enemy horses just can't take on tons of enemy spears. So that's pretty much the end of that fight. Oh wow, these barbarian archers just routed the crap out of my cavalry. So this is going to be an annoying mop-up, to say the least. So I will just go ahead and skip this and see you back on the campaign map. Alright, after having had to chase them all over the map, I finally destroyed the enemy army. Alright, so now that we're back on the campaign map, we've got Memphis under siege, and I really don't see the purpose in waiting to siege this city out. So let's build some siege tools.
Settlement under siege.
And Susa is pretty well thrashed, because they have stayed under siege this whole time. And I do want to go ahead and get some more territory conquered, and I need to do it in a hurry, you know, as the timing is everything in this campaign. And I should have my troops all retrained up here. I do. Good. I'm going to leave my Hypaspis here to take care of the city. And it doesn't look like I can actually march down into the Caucasus from here. So I'm going to go ahead and get my troops heading towards the dock. And I'm going to have to train some ships to carry my men. Or whoops, we don't want it on recruitment anyway. So I'll train a trireme there, and it'll be ready the next turn, and they'll carry me on down. Alright, let's end the turn and see what happens. The Persians still haven't had the guts to attack me outside of Susa, and that's hilarious because I have literally sieged out one of the largest cities in the Persian Empire. And it looks like we should be able to take Memphis at this point as well.
Destroy them.
So I'll go ahead and assault the city. And even though they have a general, they're not going to say that this is going to be hugely, or actually they're faction leaders here. For some weird reason, they're not giving him the balance of power there. So there you go. We're now in control of all of Egypt. Exterminate the populace there, and we gained another wonder. So we have the Great Pyramid and Sphinx. So it now increases the loyalty of the Egyptians to us, since we own it. Which is good, because they were going to be loyal whether they liked it or not. Just going to be pretty honest about that. So, repair the buildings that were messed up during the siege. Let's see, I don't want it on automatic recruitment, but I will put it on automatic construction at this point. Retrain my troops, get another unit of hoplites. And Egypt is thus under our control, so you can see the Cane Pan map is slowly starting to turn a shade of purple, which is what we want to see at this point. I was going to march these troops back to Sinope, but I think I'm just going to bring them into Isis and retrain them here. And once I retrain this army and train another unit of cavalry, we should have enough troops there to continue the march, and they'll kind of head up the northerly direction. I'll take an army from Memphis and scoot on over and continue my siege through the Middle East. So this ought to be good old-fashioned fun. Let's see if we can actually destroy this Persian navy. It's still rather large, but let's take a shot at him. Oh wow, yeah, I got a clear victory. Sweet. So we defeated the Persian navy, finally.
Ready to sail.
That's good.
Yes, Captain.
So they're no longer a threat, plus they have no ports in the Mediterranean or Black Sea anymore.